Feud. Bach.
The art of what?
Feud.
The art of feud.
Feud. Fugue.
The art of fugue by Bach. So if you hear that in the background, that's because we're listening to it. What band is it? Do you know?
This is Bach.
But what band? Who's covering it?
I don't know.
We don't know who's covering it, so YouTube, please don't. YouTube will remove my video if I have someone in the back
You want me to
and
turn
I
it
don't
off?
specify. No, I just put it in the description.
Okay.
So today is getting close to my birthday. My birthday is November 7th. Um, yeah. So I'm in the Scorpio tribe, but I have a rising earth sign. It's a very strong, powerful earth sign, So that is why many people assume um my that I'm not a Scorpio. I don't really act like a Scorpio. Like I'm more so like a Taurus because my rising sign is Taurus and it's a fixed earthly, very prominent sign. And in this time that we're in, with that being my placement, I'm more connected to Taurus. Anyway, today we're talking about Blink Twice. I seen the movie with my beloved. Me and him, we watched the movie right on our in our living room, and it just instantly had me thinking about Jaguar White and all her conspiracy. Not necessarily all her conspiracies that actually turn out to be real. A lot of what she says is coming to light. So, um, shout out to Zoe Kravitz for actually making a movie like that. There's just a problem that we have in our nation with people that are psychopathic and sociopathic. Like we have people in this country that get to a certain level of power, and if we had our stuff together when it comes to mental health, those particular people would not be in power, okay? But because of our culture and because of our lack of understanding and even prioritizing mental health, the stigma behind it, we have a lot of people with this personality disorder, antisocial personality disorder, and people who are sociopathic who are here in our society, and they put trauma onto others and repeat the cycle of trauma and abuse. I have my own issues with people that have this personality disorder. I have dealt with very toxic, dark individuals, but thankfully, I'm always about maybe 6 or 7 steps ahead of the people that have, you know, don't wish me well. And that's having to do with my heritage. I have a lot of psychic abilities. I've inherited many of these abilities from my ancestors. So yeah, so my advice to women, I made a video about this a long time ago. I spoke about how black women were in the past pushed to put themselves out there, network, be the loudest, be the most vivid person in the room so that they're heard and seen because they're often overlooked and unheard. However, that type of mentality and those tactics have pushed people to be exploited. And in this culture, in this country, so many people are comfortable with exploiting women of color. So, therefore, I advise and continue to advise people who are, like myself, black women, to not put themselves out there, but rather keep a lower profile. Be very selective, highly selective about the types of people that you are engaged with, the people in your company that you surround yourself with. Be very, very cautious about the information that you give to others, and you are not for the world. You are for the people that have the capacity to appreciate who and what you truly are. And yes, if you've been in a situation where you've been exploited and taken advantage of, it doesn't mean that you cannot change your life and really take hold and take power of yourself and your life and your situation. It's very possible. But this is exactly why stuff like this is exactly why I've advocated for Black women to embrace being introverted, to make their socials private, to keep people out of their business, and to embrace being to themselves and more modest. Even in my own life, I went from being very out there loud to be more modest. I've closed a lot of my socials and I was targeted for it. I still am being targeted for it, but I've done it for a particular reason, not just to protect myself and my kids, but because I see the wickedness for what it is. And I've said this time and time again. These are dark times, and many do not see us for what we are. For those who know who and what we are and are intimidated by that, I will explain. We are the representation of this earth. And what do these particular people do onto this earth? But pollute it and destroy it and rape it of all of its qualities, the crystals, the gold, the diamonds, everything that heals the earth, everything that nourishes the earth, that feeds its children, is ravaged from it and has been for centuries. And so when you have a group of people that represent that in the physical, manifesting, and you see a society, a world power, disrespecting that image, that should tell you that you have a spiritual battle going on, and you must, if that is the person that you are, or if that is where where you come from, being a person of color, you must take hold and protect yourself and your daughters. Another very nicely vivid display of what many who want to keep their atrocities hidden, you know, a good display of what happens in this world.